And we're live. We are live.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
From the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, you're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
Good morning, everybody. It is still morning. We have a half hour until noon. And this is a special live broadcast of Addressing Gettysburg because we want to tell you about something that's coming up on February 21st at the Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. It is called Tacos and Trivia. It's actually Taco Tuesday, but on a Saturday, I believe, is technically our title. And with me here is Rob Williams and Cody Aish from the Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Matthew.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
And now I say it's at the Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, but it's technically not. It's in the refectory building up there on the seminary campus, correct?
That's correct.
All right, good. So
Right across the
tacos,
street.
right across the street. Now, this is our third year doing it. And as I've been told, in order for something to be called annual, you have to do it for 3 years. Have you heard this before? You did, because I said it to you before the show, but have you heard that
Before that, I hadn't.
Before that, you hadn't.
Yeah, I think I remember talking about that last year.
Yes. So does that mean, though, the third one is annual, or it's after the third one? So the fourth one is annual. That's the real question.
Well, we could have called this the third annual because,
But could we have? I think that's the question.
That's the question.
well, is it retroactive? I would say it's retroactive.
Or would that jinx it because it hasn't happened yet?
That's true.
But then that goes for the 20th annual.
Would that make it the 22nd?
Right. No,
Or
no.
is this the first?
No. No, this is the third annual. Yeah. But now we can say it's annual because 2 years in a row is doable, but 3 years, that's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Might be the last one. You never know.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We could fall flat on our face here if these wonderful people watching in the audience now, I'm pointing at the camera, but the camera's not on me. Mm-hmm. Those wonderful people in the audience, if they don't come, then maybe we'll never do it again.
Well, honestly, I don't know how we can get away with keep using the same questions every year.
I know. And they don't remember them.
That's right.
And different people win every year. So let's talk a little bit about how this all goes, okay? It's trivia questions that we put together. Now, you guys put them together. I'm just as in the dark. Well, actually, I'm not. You give me the questions a little bit beforehand.
Yeah.
But I'm just as in the dark as everybody else because I don't prepare for anything. I just wing it. It's amazing what a couple of glasses of whiskey can do for you when you're in front of a room of people. They don't like it, but I do. So the questions are where are the questions taken from? Where are we getting them from this year? Same as always?
They come to me in dreams.
In dreams. Okay, so it's the John Lennon songwriting style, but for questions.
No, go ahead.
No, we sit down, we talk. We get a little bit punchy. You go through. Would it take about an hour and a half, something like that? And the more we laugh, the more we come up with, ideas. And Cody's really good at coming up with some ideas of categories.
Yes. Yes.
With transportation or military history or Hollywood, things like that. And so he'll we need a one for this category, and then we'll.
And then you got to go find. You don't make them up off the top of your head. You have to go find. Like, what do you use? Trivial Pursuit. I know the first year we did, but that lets some.
It was like from the 80s.
It was very outdated
the Millennium
information.
one, I think.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
So the other thing too that we have found that really helps is just throughout the course of the year.
Yeah.
Keep a running note, like on your phone or a Google Doc or something, of just as you hear things, whether it's you're listening to a story in NPR or a podcast or watching a sporting event, and somebody mentions something that you're like, that's a good piece of trivia, and then you just write it down.
Yeah.
And so our first probably 6 questions or so were just stuff that we had written down already that were talked about through the course of the year that came up in conversation, and then you kind of fill in from there. And we tend to find that our minds go toward the same sort of concepts sometimes, that we're like, let's steer away from presidential history because that's like a really popular one, and it seems like we end up with half a dozen questions that could easily fit into that category, but we're like, let's limit that to 2, that sort of thing. But making it well-rounded, general, what do we call it? General trivia, but not about generals.
Yep.
So,
yes, that's right. And that's the thing too that I'd like to stress to everybody is that if you like trivia night at your local bar or whatever, but you're not into the Civil War, and you're afraid, well, because this is the Seminary Ridge Museum and Addressing Gettysburg doing this, that it's going to be Civil War or Battle of Gettysburg trivia. It's not. Maybe I remember 2 Civil War questions from 2 years.
Well, I can tell you, I don't think we have anything about Gettysburg this year. Do we?
Tangentially, but not directly.
Yeah, we do. I mean, some that may be Civil War related or Civil War history or memory related, but nothing, certainly, nothing specific about.
Okay.
We throw in sort of, one little hint to where we are, that sort of thing.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
But it's yeah.
Okay. And so how's the game played?
So 4 rounds of 5 questions each. You have, it's in odd number increments, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 points, right?
Yeah.
To weigh, based on the categories for that, what you think your particular team, you have teams that you sign up with, what you think your strengths might be. If you look at a category and you see there's something about sports, something about cartoons, something about history, whatever it might be, the range, and you weigh those based on the point values that you have. Get it right, you get that number of points that you've weighed. Do that for 4 rounds, and then there's a final question where you can wager as many of your own points as you have, Jeopardy style, final Jeopardy style. And then we have some tiebreakers that, if need be, that we work in there. If we have teams that are tied for their scores, that ultimately can decide a winner, and then top 3 teams receive prizes. So that's kind of the long and short of it.
And you mentioned teams. So how are we doing the teams? Let's say I'm listening right now, and I'm a single person, and I have no friends in the world. I have no spouse. I have no significant other. I don't even have a pet. Really solitary person. But I would like to come to
I feel like
trivia.
you're projecting right now.
I'm describing Tad.
I was going to say, it's just me in the back. So.
Oh, poor Tad. You still have your life ahead of you, Tad. Don't worry.
They can come be on Tad's team.
Oh, that's true. You could be with Tad.
Yeah.
So, So what happens? I'm one person, but I'm hearing the word team. Well, I don't have a team to come with. What do we do in that case?
Well, we do have a lot of people. We don't always know what teams are what when people sign up. You can sign up as many as 6 people at one time. So when we have 6 registrations, we assume that they're all going to be on one team. But sometimes we'll have 1 registration or a registration of 2 people. So usually there's not enough to fill a team of 6. So if we have somebody that's coming in that doesn't necessarily want to play by themselves, we'll introduce them to a group, and they can we'll make friends, and they can play together as a team.
So it's a way to make friends.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a way to just go out and hang out with like-minded trivia nerds or history nerds. BYOB. So you get a little loose there, and you start talking to people, make a couple of friends that way.
Yep.
And tacos, delicious tacos made by our friend Jake Schindel. And okay, but so the singles, the doubles and stuff, they could be put together with any extra people, right?
Absolutely.
And then if there's a team that's like only brought 5 people, do we put one of those people on that team to make 6? Must you have 6 on your team?
You don't have to have 6, and honestly, there's no, governmental federal oversight of this program. So if we have to have a team of 7, that's fine.
Right.
That's fine. You might not be welcomed back next year.
Right.
But
and you might be disqualified from winning, right? Because that extra brain. Well, I think last year my friends Coleman and Courtney were there, and I think it was just the 2 of them on the team.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be put, because some people are shy, right? And they don't want to be put with strangers because then they can't enjoy themselves, because then it's like, oh, I got to make this awkward conversation. Other people are just kind of, like, I don't want to be,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you can be alone if you want to as well. You don't have to be grouped together with 6 people. So 6 is not, it's the maximum. It's not the required number.
We do keep the numbers limited. That way the room doesn't, feel terribly tight. So plenty more tables than there are for, groups of 6 people. So if you want to go off into a corner on your own and just kind of hang out and, observe and play by yourself, that's perfectly fine.
The number 6 keeps getting thrown around, and we have a super chat from 6 Questions Lentz. He says, I look forward to trivia unrelated to that great job by Cody and the staff at Seminary Ridge Museum on discovering the identity of the soldier who had inscribed Schmucker's Bible. Tell us about that.
Yeah. And I think we had chatted a couple weeks ago about me coming on to do
Yeah.
a full episode on that. But
Yeah.
long and short of it is that, as many might be aware, Samuel Schmucker, seminary president during the battle, his house is ransacked by Confederate soldiers. We knew of the existence of his Bible, and it was written in by a Confederate soldier who identified himself as J.G. Bearden. But for decades, a century plus, despite everyone's best efforts, nobody could come up with who J.G. Bearden was. He didn't appear on any rosters when we looked through Soldiers and Sailors database or Fold 3. Thought maybe he was a South Carolinian who was part of Abner Perrin's brigade July 1st, maybe someone in the 5th Alabama on the ridge on July 2nd, 3rd around Schmucker's house. But a little more than a year ago, we started going through the Wentz Library across the street from the museum at United Lutheran Seminary. And there were several other pamphlets that we had not been aware of that Confederate soldiers either wrote in or in one case tried to burn, it appears. And they were dated July 4th. And while I was making a panel a little more than a month ago, right before Christmas, I was transcribing these. And I started to pick up on the fact that, of all the ones that have writing in them, if they're dated at all, they're dated July 4th. And so I started looking through, all right, well, who's up here July 4th? And it was George Doles' Brigade of Georgians. And lo and behold, looking through Fold 3 again in unit files for the 44th Georgia, was able to come up with a Judson G. Bearden. And did some research at Gettysburg National Military Park. And one of the volunteers there recommended that I go look at the pension records for Georgia troops, which were not on Fold 3 or the National Archives, but on a site of their own. And lo and behold, in 1898, there's a signature on a pension for Judson G. Bearden. He signs it J.G. Bearden, and it's almost a perfect match for what's in Schmucker's Bible.
Wow. Yeah. That is so cool. I wish I knew this before I interviewed Bruce Boxleitner, because he plays Schmucker in Bo Brinkman's new movie, Gettysburg, 1863. And we were talking a little bit about Schmucker during the interview and, what he remembered from learning about him and stuff like that. And that would have been really cool.
Yeah, it would have. It's it's just recent discovery. There's more to come. I want to find more about Judson Bearden. I only have birth years 1829, enlists in 1862, wounded once, captured once, paroled in 65, but need to fill in the gaps on the rest of his life. And then one of the other writings on one of the pamphlets is a Confederate surgeon who identifies himself simply as Surgeon CSA. And so I've been sort of analyzing the handwriting for known surgeons, and it looks like Dr. Abner McGarity of the 44th Georgia, same regiment as Bearden, probably is our guy, but need to do a little bit more to verify that. So there'll be more to the story. Yeah.
That's really cool. We'll have you on to talk more about that or about that in more depth than what we just did there. But that's good. That's really neat. My 6 questions also said, third time's a charm for me. My team will win even if we have to fight on this line all summer. And
nice reference.
Yeah, I like that.
And Matt Gillespie sends a super chat. He says, Matt, please buy some coffee for yourself, Tad, and your fine guests. All right, send $20. So we're getting coffee after this, boys. Okay, nice. What do you think of that? Nice. What do you think of that? We're going to go get some little ground top. Okay, so we play the game. How many rounds do we play? Is it 3?
4 rounds.
4.
Yep. 5 questions each, and then 6 questions, and then and then the final question. So 21 questions altogether. Okay.
Jeff Pasnick has a great idea. Let's make trivia interesting with a sliding scale of hot sauces on the tacos as you get the answers wrong. I think that's a great idea. I think we should force people to be tortured with hot sauce.
Mix it with hot ones.
Yeah. And Pop Rocks. Yes.
They could pay extra for that benefit.
Some I probably would. Okay, so we have those rounds. And then what are the prizes this year? Do we have prizes yet?
As yet undetermined.
As yet undetermined, which sounds very exciting. Very exciting.
We want to make sure it's worth everybody's while. We want to make sure that it's something that everybody on the team is able to enjoy. So it's not going to be something that everybody has to share. So.
If I recall, and I still owe them, the Addressing Gettysburg team won not the first prize. I think they came in second last year, and the second prize was a Patreon membership to Addressing Gettysburg, and they all have it already.
It was hilarious. Yeah.
So I was like, well, shit, I can't like refund 5 people because you typically lose 5 people every month. So then that would mean I'd lose 10 for that month. And I'm not making a fortune off that thing.
Sure.
So I'm like, you know what, guys, I'm just going to give you cash. And I keep forgetting to do that because I don't use cash. So I never have cash. But I'm going to have to make a point to do that because we're coming up on a year.
Just give them laptop batteries.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah. Wait. They're lithium.
Yeah.
It's the second day in a row for that reference.
It is. Yeah. That's why it was fresh in the mind.
But it's such a great reference, though, Sorry, I'm not going to pay for your college, but here are laptop batteries. Okay. Now, people want to do this. I can tell they're watching this and they're like, oh my God, how do I sign up for this? Well, if you're watching this right now, there's a QR code on your screen. Just point your phone at it if you're watching it on a TV or something like that. And you'll be able to do it. But if you aren't able to use the QR code, what do they do?
You can go to seminaryridgemuseum.org/events, or if you just go to seminaryridgemuseum.org, click on the events tab. And while you're there, check out the other events we have going on, not just tacos and trivia, but a whole calendar full of them the next few months.
You do have a lot of events coming up. Give us an idea of some of them.
So we have our annual symposium. Our winter symposium is February 28th, so the week after tacos and trivia.
And what's at this symposium?
So that's going to be co-hosted with Battle of Gettysburg.
You can see the twinkle in his eyes.
Well done.
No, okay. Who is it? What is the symposium with what?
Co-hosted with Battle.
No, Battle of Gettysburg podcast.
Yes. Yep. Jim Hessler, Jody Wilson, Judy Morley, Stu Dempsey, and me. We're going to be 5 speakers throughout the day. Our theme is the Second Battle of Gettysburg. See if I can get the full subtitle here. Controversies, conspiracies, and conundrums at America's greatest battlefield. I believe that's
very
thing.
close. Yeah.
I love the idea of that.
I've
That's
checked
cool.
it out so many times.
And as we recorded some promos with them a couple weeks ago, and we each did one at where a site on the battlefield near where our controversy is related to. And we had the exact same thing at every one of them where we're like, we should have made this title a little shorter because we keep forgetting what order these things go in. Yeah. But nevertheless, looking at controversies among veterans of the battle, people involved in the battlefield, and should be a lot of fun to talk about some of those things that are not just happening in 1863, but in the decades and into the 20th century, well beyond the battle. So that's going to be our next big event after Tacos and Trivia. We have a couple more history happy hours left. We have Judith Giesberg this month. We have Jen Murray in March. We have John Neese and Jeff Harding in April.
I just had them on the other night talking about their latest book.
Yep.
I love that stuff.
Yep.
That stuff on the periphery.
Absolutely.
It just makes it so much more. Because, talking about the same old with the battle itself, as interesting as it is, it does get old and you do kind of get sick of it. And I don't know about you, but for me, the more I talk about it, the smoother my brain gets, right? And I can't retain anything. But then every once in a while, someone like Jeff and John come out with this thing that, like, and I said this to them in the interview, it's like, you have had to have had an interest in this particular thing in order to write this book. Like, this is like one of those, like autistic type things that you hone in on your own. And then something comes along where you meet another person and you just start talking about it and they're like, that would be a good book. Why don't we do that? And then you do it. And it's something that like nerds like us are like, how could we have lived without this all this time? So I love that stuff. So good. I'm glad you have them coming.
Yep. So yeah, those are kind of our main.
You guys have a lot of good stuff. Like you put on good programs, very interesting topics. Wish it had a bigger space that you could get more people in there. You should do them out on the lawn or something. Then you have to get a tent.
Yeah, in spring and summertime we do a lot of our Fridays on the Ridge in the
No.
summertime
I mean
outside.
like a big one of those big huge tents they use for like a wedding.
Yeah, our symposiums and stuff outside. We've talked about something along those lines for the summer symposium before, but Yeah. So
It gets to be a lot. Last year,
I know.
Every year on the anniversary of the eve of the Battle of Gettysburg, we have an eve of battle dinner. And this past year, we had it outdoors. We had it in a tent out on the lawn. The refectory was already booked. We weren't able to do that. It was a nice event, but
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. And that time of year, it's nice to have access to air conditioning.
Especially when you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you were eating gazpacho the whole time, then, that's fine because it'll cool you down. Ice cream, but if you're having hot meals out there, it's a different story. Yeah. It's a different story. Okay. So doing that. And one more time, though. So we went away here. What is the email address? No, sorry. The website for tickets.
Yep. SeminaryRidgeMuseum.org/events. Or just go to the main website and click events, and there you'll see the calendar. Click on February 21st.
And I will put that in the description of this video, so you can just click on that if you can't access the QR code for whatever reason. And it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun, I must say.
It is
to do it. We just have a good time, and it's a good mix of people too. Most of the people that come, I don't know, which is nice. Yep. It's nice to. Not that I don't appreciate seeing the same old faces, but it's always nice to see new faces because you're hoping. Your hope is that you're reaching more people and everything like that. So it is nice to see all those people out there. But we really hope to see you guys out there. I don't know. It's February. The weather, God only knows what it's going to be. And this winter has been, a real winter. Mm-hmm. And so, your guess is as good as mine.
And we did build in a makeup date.
Yeah,
we did
in March. Yeah, I can't remember the.
Didn't we have that last year too?
Yeah, we had to reschedule.
And we had to use it, right?
This will actually be the first time that I've been to one.
That's right.
To say.
That's right.
Yeah.
Are you coming?
Probably.
Okay.
No, I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah.
Is Judy going?
She is not.
Judy's not going to be
out of the country. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. She told me that the other day. Yeah. All right. Well, then, so you'll see the three of our handsome faces, and we'll have a good time with you there. Mm-hmm. Tad, are you going to go?
When is it again?
Jesus Christ.
No, it sounds fun.
Yeah, why don't you come? Be on the team.
Okay.
Be on the Addressing Gettysburg team.
Hey, I'm on a team.
Aw, see, he's never been picked for a team. You're pretty smart. Are you good at trivia?
No.
Oh.
Not in the slightest. I'm not.
Well, that's a nice thing. We try to make it varied.
Yes, so dumb people can get it too.
Well, so we always like to have some gimmies in there. Some that.
Yeah, of course.
One person out of the teams is going to know, like, oh yeah, I know that. So,
I know that one.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So we do try to make it a sliding scale. Some are more difficult, some are easier, but a lot of times it's the result of me walking into Cody's office or vice versa. Like, hey, did you know? Or coming up with, like I said earlier, the category. It's like, you know what? I've always been curious about this. Let's look this up, and then that becomes the trivia question.
Yeah.
So it is a. Certainly some questions are born out of necessity, but a lot of times it's just sort of a very simple and fun passion project where it's just things that we're interested in. We throw them out there. So, it's not Jeopardy, but
no, I remember when
Celebrity Jeopardy.
When it's definitely Celebrity Jeopardy. I remember when we first started it, the idea was let's just do something in winter. Mm-hmm. Because there's nothing to do in winter, yes. and by February, March, that range there, everybody is ready to rip whatever's left of their hair out, or 100%. In your case, you've got tons of it, out of their head, right?
100%.
And so let's just do something. And the idea was, as the Gettysburg community, right? And it wasn't to exclude visitors from outside. Everybody's welcome. Mm-hmm. But it was where we figured most people wouldn't come here in February for trivia night, right? So it would be mostly locals, and it's just an opportunity for us to kind of all get together, have a little fun, have some good tacos. And Jake does a great job with the tacos. They're actually really good. I'm particular about my Mexican food, and he does a good Americanized version of a Mexican food. Not a Mexican food, just regular Mexican food. Yeah, and it's good. It is tasty.
And a lot of people who attend are locals, but some people come from a great distance. I remember last year when we had to reschedule it. I was calling people because it was sort of on the line. I was calling people, and some were traveling from Virginia, and the people that were coming from Virginia last
Yeah.
year. They're registered again this year.
Yeah, good.
And there are some others that maybe from PA, but from a pretty good distance in PA. So that feels good. That's exciting. You expect that for some of the bigger events like the anniversary on the Ridge or our candlelight illumination or the symposia. But for tacos and trivia, like that's really cool.
And I'll tell you this: if this year goes for Addressing Gettysburg the way we're expecting it to go, unless you guys think this is a bad idea, next year we'll either record it or live stream it. And if we live stream it, you'll be able to play along with us. I don't think we'll be able to do prizes or anything like that, but maybe we could, who knows? But next year we could do that. And then that way it could be something that people that can't get here because they're in Alaska or something, like they can join us from afar.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
I think it would be fun, right? And then, are you allowed to be drunk on YouTube? I think so. I think you are.
One way to find out.
Yeah, that's right. We'll find out somehow. Yeah.
Bottoms up.
All right,
It's
guys.
water. It's water.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add for the audience here before we get going?
I don't believe so.
How about you, Rob?
Probably. I'll think of it when we're done.
As soon as we go home.
I guess I'll just throw this in there. If anybody is in town for that weekend coming specifically for this and you'd like to visit the museum, our winter hours right now, we're open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 9 to 4, Sunday, 9 to 1. So if anybody is interested in stopping by, seeing the museum, if you haven't been since at least early last year, we have some new artifacts on display. We did a big rotation last year. So if your last time in town was for tacos and trivia or around that time, there's quite a bit new AV, new exhibits, new artifacts.
Oh, good. Yeah, I haven't been in to see any of this stuff yet. Well,
stop by.
that's what we'll have to do on that show I was telling you about.
Yep.
Okay, well, if you've been to Gettysburg more than once and you have not yet been to the Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, even before they made all these improvements, you were missing out on something great. And now I'm sure you're missing out on something even greater. So get your ass out there. You can go up into the cupola where Buford was and Sam Elliott was. And you can yell down. You could make your friend or your wife or your husband or whoever stand down on the grass when you get up there. Have them yell up those famous words. What goes, John? And then you yell down, there's a devil to pay. And you do the whole scene like real Getty's nerds, like true freaking nerds who everybody else rolls their eyes at. But we love you because we've all done it ourselves.
Absolutely.
Everybody does it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You have to.
Yes.
I yell it up to people sometimes if I'm driving by and you guys are doing a tour. I don't know if you ever hear me, but if I'm driving by and I see there's people up there, I'll just, what goes, John? Out the window. And I never hear a response.
Well, I don't hear you because I don't.
You're
get
not
told-
there,
I don't
yeah.
get. Well, I'm not there.
I don't get to give tours every day anymore. But
No,
when
that's a shame.
I was, it was always I always knew when Bob Steenstra was coming past with a bike tour.
With a
because he
bike
would
tour,
always
yeah,
yell up.
yeah.
Nope.
He would do it. He
Yep,
would yell,
every time.
where it goes,
Yeah.
John? Yeah, exactly. We can't help it around here, folks. We do have fun, and we have a lot of fun at Trivia Night, and I hope you'll join us February 21st. What time does it start? 6:30? 6:30?
Yeah, dinner start-
Somewhere
dinner
around
start-
there, right?
It says it on the website. Yeah,
It's on the website. All the
I think it starts
information's
at
on the
6
website.
o'clock. I think food starts at 6 o'clock. Then trivia starts around 7 o'clock. 6:40.
Yeah, good, great. Okay, great. And then it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun, and it's a great way to break the monotony of cabin fever and meet some new people and just have a great old time and exercise your brain. You got to exercise your brain there a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for us here, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I hope we'll see you there. And that's it. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
man.
Thank you. Of course.